Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are fine and well at home. So, here I am with my lecture number 20 of Elementary Economics, class 9th. So, in this video, I'm going to start a new and a very fresh chapter for you all, that is, chapter number 4, Types of Economies. So, this is an important chapter, and we'll start this chapter. So, the first topic is meaning of economic system. Basically, in this chapter we are going to study about the economic system, the various types of economic system that we have in our country. So first of all, let's study the meaning of economic system. The broad institutional framework within which production and consumption of goods and services take place in a country or a region is called economic system. So basically, economic system means where the production is being carried on and also the consumption is being carried on. Economic system includes both the production and consumption of goods and services in a country or a region. So what an economic system comprises of: the producers which produces the goods and the consumers which consumes the goods and services which take place in a country or a region is called economic system. If it take place in a country, it is known as economic system of a country, and if a region is being talked about, so it will be called as an economic system of a region. So thus the economic system can be said as an institutional framework. Why it is an institutional? Because it consists of various departments. Framework because it is prescribed by law, within which production and as well as consumption of goods and services take place in a country or a region is known as economic system. Hope this is clear to you. So let's proceed to our topic number second, that is types of economies. Now we have two bases of divisions on which economy is divided. First, we have nature, on the basis of nature of economy, and second is on the basis of stage of development. Talking about on the basis of nature of the economy, what is the nature of the economy? So on the basis of nature of a, just remember the basis also, because the question can come on the basis also. So on the basis of nature of economy, there are three types of economies. First is capitalist economy, second socialist economy, and third one is mixed economy. All the three types of economies are very important for you all. Features, merits, demerits, as well as examples you need to learn and carefully understand of it. So on the basis of nature of economy, there are three types of economies: capitalist, socialist, and mixed economy. So we are going to discuss them in detail one by one. So in this video I am going to explain till just only capitalist economy, and the further two economies, types of economies, we are going to discuss in my next video. So, and on the basis of stage of development, there are two types of economy. First one is developed economy, and second one is developing economy. This is much more easier than the previous one, and you must have heard this term also, so it will not pose any difficulty for you all to understand it. So let's proceed to our first type of economy, that is capitalist economy. Meaning of capitalist economy. Now, capitalism is an economic system where private entities owns the factor of production. Where the private entities, the major keyword is the private entities. Capitalism means where the private entities, private producers, private owners owns the factors of production. Already I have make you understand the meaning of factors of production in the previous chapter. We have discussed this term. Factors of production means the inputs which are required to produce the goods. the raw materials, the things which are required, which are helpful in the production of goods and services, is known as factors of production. We have also discussed that there are four factors of production. Land, we have discussed four factors of production. Land, we have discussed. Labor, we have discussed. We have discussed capital also, and the last one was entrepreneur. We have discussed all the four types of factors of production. So when the factors of production are owned by the private individuals or the private entities or the private organization, that is known as capitalism. The major and the simple meaning of capitalism is that it is where when the factors of production are owned by private entities. So basically it is based on the private ownership. Capitalism means private ownership. Now just it's an economy where capital plays an important role in the production. So it is such a capital where capital plays, because for carrying any type of production you need the capital. So capital mainly refers to the fixed capital, because for carrying any amount of your means production of goods and services, you need the fixed capital. Fixed capital can be machineries, tools, equipments. So all these type of capital which are required by the private entities come under capitalist economy. Thus in a summary, if we have to give a summary, so capitalist economy means where capitalist controls the production process. So where the private individuals, where the capital owns the production process, where the whole production is overlooked by private entities or private individuals, they are known as capitalist economy. They come under the heading of capitalist economy. So I hope so the concept of capitalist economy or the capitalism is very much clear to you. So once again, let's quickly revise. Capitalism means economic system where the factors of production are owned by private individuals. Just it is based on the private ownership, and in this type of economy capital plays a very important role. And in if we are talking about capital, capital mainly refers to the fixed capital. So I hope so the whole meaning of capitalist economy is very much clear to you. Let's proceed to our next topic, that is features of capitalist economy. Now first feature is freedom of the producers. Now, capitalists have the freedom to sell the goods and services in the market at the prices and the quantities which can maximize their profits. Thus, producers are free to take decisions. Now, the first and the very important feature of capitalist economy is that freedom of the producers. Producers, the private individuals, can sell and just at whatever price they feel so. So there is a complete freedom on the part of producers that they can sell at whatever price they want and in whatever quantities they want. Just obviously they will sell at that price which can maximize their profits, because the ultimate objective of capitalist economy is to earn the profits. Of course, private businessmen, what they want to earn more and more profits. So they will sell, producers will try to sell at that price which can maximize their profits. Thus producers are very free to take their own decisions. There is no compulsion by the government that they have to sell on that particular price only. They can sell at whatever price they want. So there is a complete freedom on the part of the producers. So this we have discussed freedom of the producers. Next is freedom of consumers. Now also in the capitalist economy, the another demarking feature of capitalist economy is that the consumers are also free. Free in what respect? Economy also allows freedom to consumers. The consumers are free to decide, are free, two is missing here, just add two here. are free to decide which goods they would consume and what quantities. So consumers are also very much free that what type of goods they need, they can buy that goods, and what quantities they have to purchase. Nobody can compel, nobody can force them, nobody can, you know, have a compulsion on them that they should buy those goods and services. They are totally free, they are independent, and they can buy whatever goods they want and whatever quantities they want. So consumers are also have the freedom in the capitalist economy. There is no compulsion, there is no force behind it. So we have discussed the two features, hope you are clear with it. Next, coming to the next feature, that is a right to own property. Now, in the capitalist economy, every individual has a right to own property. The legal heirs also enjoy the right to inherit properties. Now, another important feature of the capitalist economy is that in the capitalist economy, you can own the private property. You can own as many properties as you want. There is no compulsion that on if you are a working as a private individual, if you have a business, you cannot own the private property. It's not so. You have the complete freedom. You can own as many properties as you want. You can buy and sell just as many properties as you want. So in the capitalist economy, you have the right to own the property. The legal heirs also enjoy the right to inherit the properties. This also legal heirs means your sons, grandsons who owns the ancestral property. So also enjoy the right to inherit properties which are passed on by the ancestrals. This ancestrals means our forefathers. So this is the feature that they have the right to own the property. Now, laissez-faire state. This is very important term, and this is a very new term also for you all. So the laissez-faire means least interference by the government. Laissez-faire means least interference by the government. The word laissez-faire itself means no government interference. No government interference. So in the capitalist economy, it's a type of laissez-faire state where government do not interfere in any of the economic activities. Thus, the government does not interfere in the production as well as consumption decisions. Whatever goods the producers are willing to produce, they can produce it without any government interference. They can sell the goods in whatever quantities they want. And similarly, in case of consumption also, government do not interfere in the consumption decisions of the consumers. They can buy whatever they want, and there is no interference on the part of the government in production as well as the consumption decisions. So basically, this is a laissez-faire state where there is least interference by the government. So I hope so this is clear to you. So laissez-faire, once again, just keep in mind the word laissez-faire means no interference. No interference. Keep this word in mind and you will be able to easily define it without any problem. Least interference. Least interference. Least interference. No interference, or you can say least interference. So coming to the last and the fifth feature of capitalist economy is profit motive. Of course, for every producer who is owning their own company, their main motive is to earn the profit. So the principal motive of the capitalist is to maximize their profits. Thus, while taking any production decisions, capitalists are guided by the profit motive. So the main motive behind producing the goods and services, of course, to earn the more important profits by selling those goods and services at price which can maximize their profits. So So I have discussed all the 5 features with you all. Hope it is very much clear to you. So this was the end of the video, and in the next video I'm going to discuss the remaining types of economies. Just till then, be safe at home. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day, students.